hands up.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Macrocast, your source for news and entertainment with the minds behind Macro Records.
And the Super Bowl.
Today is the day of the Super Bowl.
The biggest bowl.
It's just when,
Trent
Trent thought the Monday Night Football theme was the theme to the Super Bowl.
It's so epic, though.
Yeah, it is pretty epic.
I love that song. It's shit. Why is that not like the Super Bowl theme as well? Because it's like the Super Bowl should be even more epic.
It should be correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Katy Perry is playing the halftime show.
And I think Taylor Swift too, isn't she?
T Swift.
They have like kind of a
rivalry?
Like they've been headbutting, yeah.
Really?
Or headbutting. They haven't been headbutting, but they've been butting heads. I don't know.
Katy Perry just walks up to Taylor Swift and she's like, "Come here, bitch!" Boom! Headbutts her.
I have turned it up too much. Oh, I turned it up even more right now.
Oh, God. Why do you turn up your headphones so high?
Because I'm deaf, dude.
You know what it is? It's because last week we turned down your mic just a smidge because it's always been, like, the loudest one.
Mega loud, yeah.
And now you feel quiet.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I can't hear it as well. I don't know. It's weird. It's also because I went to a show last night. I saw Low Steppa last night in El Paso. It was awesome. He tore it up.
We should have got him on the podcast, man. That would have been nice.
It wasn't possible. I
tried. I mean, we don't have to
ever
record on Sundays.
Okay, my manager tried to get me like studio time with him, and it just didn't happen. Nothing, like, it wasn't possible. He stayed literally in the hotel until like 10 minutes before he played.
Yeah.
So that wasn't like going to happen. But
that's different than him doing like a press event for himself.
So last night I was like, I was dancing at this place and like trying to support Will, who's Low Steppa, and there was this girl, and I was like, oh, this chick's really cute. She has like these glasses, and she started talking to me. I thought it was like, I was like, oh, this is a sure thing or whatever. I don't know. So we're dancing, and I was like, God damn, you look familiar at one point. And we keep dancing for the rest of the night, and then it comes to the point where like we're gonna exchange information. She's like, yeah, we should hang out, and then I realized like she has my number already. So
she's met you before.
Yeah, we had like sociology, and that just in college, I guess, and that just totally like ruined the whole thing. I don't know what the deal is with that, but she's like, oh, I already know you. So like the mystery is like all gone. So
all of a sudden she's like, "Full fuck."
Yeah. So there's like no chance anymore. I can't expect anything to happen, But that's just a bizarre situation that happens in my life. Hi guys.
So we don't really have any macro news.
Well, we're not featuring any track this week. What you heard at the very beginning was actually the Monday Night Football theme.
Yeah. What if that was just the permanent theme to the podcast?
We'd probably get sued.
Well, people would expect football talk.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about any football.
No,
we're going to talk a little bit of some Super Bowl stuff.
Kind of. I think
we're going to touch on it. But
next week, I kind of like had planned for us to look at some of the best commercials.
Oh, that's going to be next week.
Yeah, well, because the commercials haven't aired yet.
I thought we were going to talk about old commercials.
Well, okay, so you listeners are listening to this on Monday or Wednesday if it's video. And the Super Bowl's already passed, but right now it hasn't happened. We're a couple hours away from it, so
we're counting. We're literally counting the seconds.
We can't talk about commercials we haven't seen yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I am excited to see Katy Perry today.
I'm glad you brought her back up. That rivalry we were talking about between her and T Swift. Interesting.
T Swift, yeah.
Did
you have a topic about that? Or?
Well, there's another rivalry going on in the music business between father and son.
Really?
Birdman and Lil Wayne.
They're not really related.
They're not?
No, dude. What?
Oh, I thought it was really his son.
No, dude. Lil Wayne like hasn't spoken to his father in years. So he said that there's actually an interview that I read a while back where he said that he saw his father at some show and he just like the guy was a complete fucking cunt. Wow. And so he just like left. He was like, I can't deal with this shit. Like,
okay, well, either way, if he's his...
They call him father and son.
Yeah, okay. That's besides the point. So what's going... Apparently, they've been beefing since last year.
Why?
I don't know.
What did they do?
Lil Wayne...
What did Lil Wayne do to his daddy?
Well, I'm guessing it's more of what his daddy did to him, because Lil Wayne has filed a lawsuit suing Birdman for $51 million, as well as the rights to Drake and Nicki Minaj.
Yeesh. How is that?
I don't know. He wants to take them with him, get them off cash money.
So YMCMCB is not going to happen anymore?
So would you like to hear the story behind this? Here's kind of what happened, or at least according to TMZ and whatnot, I guess. I mean,
it's the most credible source in Hollywood.
So according to TMZ, Lil Wayne was promised an advance for his new album that he was working on. So he was supposed to get paid like $2 million during its recording and $2 million after, I think.
That's all he's... Okay. All right.
From the label, just from the label as an advance, you know, not royalties or anything. Sure. And apparently he didn't see any of his money, and he feels like his contract with...
was broken
with Cash Money.
I mean, it's my understanding that for a lot of these artists, when you get paid that money, a lot of it goes into like the studio time and whatnot. Like a lot of
I mean, a lot of those artists, they'll work and whatnot, and then after they've made money, they get billed too. You know, their manager or whoever bills them, and for every little thing they do, they get billed.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, everything during the recording process or whatever.
Or while they're working.
Any costs that are incurred by the label, they get billed for.
By the label or like their manager and whatnot.
Right,
you know?
right. Nothing is free in this world. I think,
didn't I mention to you one time, someone was talking on another podcast about how they were on a major label and they got like some gifts from them for Christmas. And then a month later, they got the bill for the gifts.
What?
Yeah.
No, we definitely never talked about that.
I told you about it. Not on the podcast, but I've told you about it before.
At some other point. No, I don't think I've heard that. Who
it's
was
crazy.
it?
Oh, God. If I remember,
was it a big artist?
It was a pretty big artist.
What kind of gift was it that they received?
Like, they
said, a car?
No, okay, wait. This is the
How can you receive a Christmas gift?
It was an AM, FM clock radio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, okay, we're talking 15 years ago when those were all the rage, you know? People wanted an AM, FM clock radio.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And that was like a big fucking deal. Like, I was like, oh, I spent $80 on this. They're like, $80, because $80 was like $300 back then.
Yeah.
That was when a gallon of gas was like 60 cents.
Sadly, I don't remember those days.
I mean, but honestly,
I don't think I was alive.
No, when we were growing up, a gallon of gas was like $1 or 90 cents.
Yeah.
I think it was like 98 cents was like the lowest that I remember it ever being.
Now it's pretty low. Here it's 170. It's pretty nice. I filled up my car for $20, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, if we went back in time, even further back, we'd be able to fill up our car with like $10 or $8 to fill up a 40 fucking gallon tank.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So let's talk about this. This is a really, really interesting story.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Would you like to pull it up on our monitor?
Oh, I'm about to bring it up for you.
So I can see what we're talking. Snoo, you're in the way. Oh my god.
Oh wait, we didn't ask Snoo how his day was.
No, it's not Snoo's day. Snoo, how was your past week?
Because
we haven't even. I mean, the past 2 weeks, really, we haven't spoken to Snoo. Last week we had Diana and Wilbert.
Snoo was on, but he just listened intently.
Snoo was on the other side, and we actually had to move him because his big ass was in front of Wilbert. How was your week, Snoo?
Great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Really?
He lives far more eventful lives than we do. Lives. You notice how I made that plural? He's got double lives.
He leads a double life?
He's
so what is he doing like while you're sleeping?
He's in the CIA. He's like flying to Russia, fucking making deals with Putin or something.
Yeah.
I saw this Photoshop of Darth Putin.
What?
It was Darth Maul, but it was Putin.
Speaking of Darth Maul Photoshops, I saw one yesterday that was Darth Joker. And it was like what do they call them when they merge the two faces? A face
swap.
Face mash.
Face mash. Yeah.
Because the swap is you change faces.
You're right. Well, that's what the Putin thing was too. It was like Darth Maul mixed with Putin.
Yeah, this one was okay. So imagine like Darth Maul, but instead of red makeup, he has like Joker makeup on.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool. And his lightsaber, instead of having blades, it just said bang. Like it had two flags that came out on the each side that said bang. Yeah,
that's true. I've been okay. So I played more Arkham Asylum. And there was one part where, like, the Joker was placing bombs all over the city, and he was threatening to blow them up, and Oracle reaches Batman, and she's like, well, it turns out that the bombs were just filled with candy, like marzipan and fucking flowers.
Man,
and
what a waste.
He was like, of course, the Joker.
Goddamn Joker.
That's his M.O. His M.O. is just to blow marzipan all over Gotham City.
Yeah, or just give people, like, large amounts of laughing gas, so everyone's laughing hysterically.
Well, that kills them, though.
Well, eventually.
The laughing gas, well, his laughing gas kills people pretty quick.
Well, don't they go, like,
in like a minute.
Mad for a little bit, though?
Under like a minute, dude.
Wow.
It's like, you like laugh until you can't breathe anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, that's like one iteration of the Joker.
True.
Like,
not all the Jokers are like that.
Like, the Joker for one period of time was just like, not even a threat at all.
Yeah.
Like, he like took candy from kids, and that was like the worst thing that he did.
Didn't we talk about this last week?
Yeah,
too? Yeah, we did.
We always talk about that. I think that we're going to be like slightly devoid of DC stuff this episode, though. We
well,
talk about so much DC all the time.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far because we do have a little bit of DC stuff.
We didn't talk about Supergirl last week.
Oh God, it's okay. It's okay.
I don't know. I still don't know who's playing Supergirl. I want to know. You should let me know at some point during this podcast.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go into this topic that we've had sitting up on screen for a minute.
So okay. People started finding these USB drives, right, that were embedded into the walls of buildings.
I've heard about this.
In New York City.
But it's not just in New York. It's in other cities, too.
Is it really?
It's like kind of a
It started
thing.
in New York.
Did it?
I believe, yes.
It's kind of a thing, though.
His name is Aram Barthel, and he came up for this idea. It's an art project called Dead Drops.
Uh-huh.
And so what it is, it's like anonymous art collaboration, almost. So anyone here, let me see. I think there's a picture of a guy standing next to one with this computer. Okay, there you go.
And that just looks like it's a good way to fuck your USB drive up, man.
Well, so what happens?
Some guy comes by and punches you in the gut, and you drop your computer, and the fucking USB drive breaks off.
Or some guy just comes and steals your computer. This is fucking New York.
Give that to me! I mean, why would you pull out your MacBook Pro on the side of a street? There's definitely people walking by you.
Yeah.
Some dog is taking a shit right next to you. You're like, trying to get my art project done.
So each USB contains a copy of a text file with instructions on how like the art project works, and basically it's like file sharing. So an artist will come up with something and then he'll go leave it on the flash drive,
Uh-huh.
And say the next person comes and they're like, "Oh, this is cool," and they take a copy of it and then they extend it and add their own kind of personal touch to it.
Like, what's an example? Do we have any like finished pieces that we've seen?
I don't think so. The guy who created it, he's a Berlin-based artist, and he came up for the project while he was living in New York. And like you were saying, I think it's moved to a bunch of other cities. There's even a video here we can check out. Let's see. Either way, it's pretty cool. I mean, it reminds me of the other street artists. Although this isn't street art, it's kind of like an underground type thing. Because not every artist in New York is going to know about this, or even be like, "Oh, let me go take my computer up there and drop something I've been working on this random flash drive."
Right. I mean, there's a bunch of interesting things that exist like that, though. I forgot the exact terminology, but I think and don't quote me on this, guys, but I think they're called Genisys. But there are several places throughout, like New York City and San Francisco, and just big cities that have existed for a while. Not even just in the United States, all over the place. And they're remnants from old structures. For instance, you'll have in New York City, you have stoops where people like walk up to, or they used to walk up to like their home. And some people will eliminate the stairs and make the entrance to the building on the bottom floor, but keep the top, like the opening door up there. So it's just like a door that opens to nothing.
To nowhere.
Yeah, and
well, you could jump down if you wanted.
No, well, they're typically closed off for safety reasons, but they still exist there. There are pipes that do nothing, that lead to nowhere and whatnot. And there's this one author that's been kind of documenting that, and I kind of came across it on Reddit recently. I think they're called Genisys. I'm not 100% sure, but it's another interesting thing like that. These kind of mysterious things that exist in our world,
Yeah. Well, here's a video. You can see the guy accessing it.
What's he doing? It's like
he's like
it's a virus.
He's stealing everything. Yeah, uploads a virus to infect everyone else.
I mean, why would someone not do that, though? It seems like some asshole is going to come along and do that.
Or put in like some sort of snooper file. So like as soon as you touch the hard drive or the flash drive.
Nice try, FBI.
Exactly. Oh God, what is
this guy's like making one.
Yeah. Well, this is the guy, I believe.
Oh, that's the dude?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he's like he shows the process of how he does it and leaves it there.
I mean, isn't that kind of like fucking up a building though?
I'm sure it's not completely legal.
Like he's like drilling into their fucking bricks and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not legal. I'm sure it ain't. So.
Well, that's glorious.
Let's see what we got next, man.
What's next on our agenda?
So, have you heard about the Ghostbusters sequel?
Yeah, I have. I heard that Bill Murray is not going to be a part of it, though.
Okay. So
or he's been really on and off about it. I don't know.
It's almost like a reimagining of Ghostbusters.
Oh, come on, man.
And instead of the main four guys, it's
four chicks.
It's four chicks. Melissa McCarthy. Let me see. Let me get their other names.
They're gonna have to come bust my ghost after I kill myself.
Yeah, exactly.
This, like, how can they remake a classic like that? Like Dan Aykroyd and who are the other guys?
Dan Aykroyd,
Bill Murray.
the
other dude died. What was his name?
Harold Ramis?
Harold Ramis died.
But was he in the movie or was he?
Yeah, he was Egon.
Oh, okay.
And
That's right.
I mean, I remember his character's name. And then there was the other dude, the black dude. What was his name? He was classic too.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I don't know if he's still around. They'll probably make it so that they have like a cameos or something like that. You know.
I hope so. I mean, overall, I'll go see it.
I won't see it.
Why not?
I refuse to watch that. Like that's a movie that I'll watch maybe when it comes on Netflix or something.
Okay, so a lot of people.
Would I pay $15 to go see that fucking movie? Hell no.
Yeah. Well,
No
I
way.
don't know. A lot of people are upset that it's for women, and a lot of people are upset that there are people who are upset because it's for women.
Well, that just sounds like they're like butthurt about it. But dude, honestly, like the whole idea of like let's make it for women instead of for men is like totally just a cliche. It's a cliche though. It's like why would you do that? Like why can't there be one dude? Or like why they could
Why can't it be
diversify
half and
it
half?
a little bit? Like there could be like 2 chicks, 2 guys. Why does they're like what it seems like to me is like they're like it has to be like woman power. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's Ghostbusters. It's like that's totally not the idea. It's supposed to be like a fun, feel-good movie. Like
Exactly. And
Like,
the guy we were talking
don't
about
put too much thought into it, guys.
is Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson, right?
Yeah.
Was that was like his big thing, wasn't it? Ghostbusters.
I mean, he's been in other stuff.
He was a comedian.
Apparently, he's been in an episode of Key and Peele, which I have never seen, so I might have to check that out.
Maybe you have seen it and you just didn't know it was him.
Probably. Yeah, that's possible. Very possible.
Anything is possible, man. Right, Snoo?
Thank you, Snoop. Oh, God. I love his nuggets of wisdom, man. That he's
Yeah.
just so insightful.
And he's got that great Revolt hat too, sponsored by Diddy. Thanks, dude. We appreciate it, Diddy. So,
Okay. So,
oh,
let's
now
talk-
we have it. You're like giddy with excitement now.
let's talk a little TV stuff.
Okay, what's going on in the world of television?
So, right now, Marvel is in talks with Fox for an X-Men live-action TV show.
I'm about that life. that is something that I will watch for sure. Like,
So, the idea is
And
they
you guys-
want to base it off the X-Men animated show that was on Fox.
I'm about that life. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I'm cool with it, too.
Like, okay, Fox, don't fuck it up though, man. Don't fuck like Gotham. Gotham is on Fox, right?
Yeah.
Not a fan. I just don't make it like Gotham, guys. Don't like take liberties with it and like try to change it up and make it more like realistic and shit. Make it X-Men, like
Or
the
be
way
like-
it's-
well,
the
I
way the
think-
good Lord intended.
Exactly, and I think some of these people who work on these projects are like, "Oh, we're gonna take Bruce Wayne's story and the story of Gotham and change it into something that's just a masterpiece and all our own at the same time." Whereas, I feel like when people make these movies, if they are more considerate of the actual source material, they always come out better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always 100% come out better, and they receive better feedback and.
But like you said, though, Gotham has gotten stellar reviews.
It has.
So that doesn't really set like a good precedent for...
But it's unfair
rest
to
of the
give
stuff.
that show a bad review just because those actors are fucking phenomenal, man.
Yeah, but it's not Gotham. Let's call it something else. Like, it's not...
Okay, I think they could call it Gotham if they just removed... I've said this many
yeah,
times.
I agree. Remove Bruce Wayne from the fucking equation.
Exactly.
Or remove Catwoman.
Exactly. They're
Like-
too young. They're not affecting the story, and it's just like...
It should be all about characters that we haven't seen yet,
Yeah.
like, or that we
Well-
don't know about. Like maybe incorporate some of the older characters. Like Falcone is okay because that's a character that's like been there.
But I feel like the good thing about Gotham is it has given us an insight into a little bit more of Falcone, whereas Falcone in the movies, you really don't get that.
Yeah,
from
you
him.
don't get that at all, and you don't get like the whole crime side of it. You don't really get that at all. But
And it's John Doman.
yeah,
I mean,
but
come on.
if he was not in that show, it wouldn't be nearly as good. I don't think. He's awesome, dude.
I feel like all those actors are pretty phenomenal.
And I have another level of appreciation for him because I watched Borgia. So like watching Borgia will make you realize like that guy's a fucking talented actor.
Even in Person of Interest, like he plays a really small role in that show, but
what did he do in Person of Interest? I don't remember.
He was in the episode 2 weeks ago. He's the senator. He's one of the senators.
Oh, right.
He initially greenlit Harold's Project, and then he went on to greenlit Samaritan.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember that. Didn't Shaw used to work for him too?
No. Shaw used to work for Control.
Right, but wasn't he like above Control?
Yeah, kind of. Because he's the senator. Control is like a government agent.
I love how they made Control kind of sympathetic towards Control in the end too. That was really badass. You're not caught up? I'm not caught up, no. I'm like a couple of episodes.
The most recent episode was focused on Control, and it was really good.
Control. The character, is she still in it? Did she die? I thought she died.
No.
She's still there.
Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah, me too, man. She kills it.
Even though she took out Root's like ear.
But
it was necessary though. It was kind of like she had to do that in order for Root to be like one with the machine.
Yeah, well, she didn't know that. She did it because
she wanted to be wanted to be.
No, she's never had vengeance in her. Like,
yes,
her only goal is to protect the people of the United States of America, and she believes everything she does is, for that goal. She really does believe
no
that.
matter how fucked up it is.
No matter how fucked up, she will kill whoever it takes to
keep. She would
kill
millions of people to keep the United States safe. She would.
She talks about it. I think she's killed some 800 people, or had her hand in the deaths of over 800 people.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, God bless you, Control.
If you
Can't
guys
say I
don't
agree
watch
with your methods, but
Person of Interest, I
really
highly
good.
suggest that show.
Start watching it. Yeah, I mean, you'll be sad by the time you get to the very latter half of it.
Wait, okay, somehow that article...
It's that good.
That article ended up at the front when it was meant to be with the TV stuff, so...
Wait, well, for a second, we're talking about TV. Who is playing Supergirl, please?
Oh, God.
I want to know.
You really want to know?
Yeah, who got the role?
God damn you.
And this is going to be on CW, right?
Supergirl?
Or is it's not on CW?
It's going to be on CBS.
That's going to be good, though.
CBS has quality programming.
But I want to see everything in the same universe. Why? I mean, come on, guys.
Wait, did they decide?
And we learned more about multiversity too, and there's some fucking crazy shit going on with that. Like they're introducing characters that we've never even heard of before.
Yeah,
which is kind of whack. I mean,
well,
it'll probably be good, but I was under more of the impression that the multiverse was going to include like all of the things that are it would be a way to clean up all of the shit that DC is kind of throwing on the table right now.
Kind of.
I feel like DC is just all over the place as far as their the cinematic and film universes go. It's just everywhere.
They are, but
Marvel has their shit together.
I recently read an article about how it's not even you shouldn't. The way to do this as a consumer, as a fan of either or, is to not be consumed by the fact that there's DC and there's Marvel. You gotta look at them separately and objectively, and be able to enjoy both.
I am looking at them separately, but the thing is, I just think Marvel's doing it better. But I would like to see everything be cohesive in the DC universe.
Yeah.
They have such great characters, and seeing them all come together would be awesome. In the Marvel universe, that's almost there. Unfortunately, it's just business that's keeping it from happening. It's Fox and
I feel like this article's spot on, though. I don't think it's fair to compare the two. I really don't.
Why?
Because they're.
How can you not compare the two?
Because I don't get any satisfaction out of pitting them against each other.
Well, that's your own personal vendetta. Then that's your prerogative because you don't get satisfaction out of it. But when it comes down to it,
I get satisfaction out of enjoying both.
They're the two single largest comic entities that exist, and so it's really difficult to not you can't
compare them.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
I feel you. This is her, I think. Melissa Benoist?
How do you spell? Oh, okay.
Benoist.
All right. She's cute.
Yeah. The dark hair doesn't work for me. Girl, you better get rid of that dark hair.
She's going to dye it. I'm sure she'll dye it.
I hope she
But you know what? She does kind of have that look, though.
She does. I think she'll do a good job. I don't know. We'll see.
And when hopefully they get some Power Girl action going and we get the big busty Power Girl.
She's been on a lot of TV shows, so she kind of knows what she's doing.
I feel like I've seen her before, or at least heard the
Glee,
name.
Homeland.
Probably seen her on Glee.
The Good Wife,
I did
Blue
watch Glee.
Bloods, multiple Law and Orders. Like,
Don't hate that I watched on Glee, guys. I watched most of it.
I've seen Glee. I mean,
I watched probably a good 5 seasons of it.
yeah.
I don't know how many, maybe 4. I'm not sure, but that one guy died.
Yeah.
That was and he was one of the main characters.
The teacher.
No. He was one of the students.
He was a student?
Yeah,
Wasn't he
Finn.
too old?
Everyone on that show is in their 30s, dude, and they're all playing 14, 15. It's so fucked up. But that guy, he was actually dating Leah Michele in real life. And he had crazy drug problems, passed away in a hotel room in Toronto. Really, really sad.
Very sad.
But
I'm curious, do they record okay, so all of the songs that they sing are actually
they're all singing them, but they don't sing them on set while they're
obviously
dancing and
not.
shit.
They're recorded and then they shoot it like a music video.
Yeah.
I
mean,
I get that.
No one can do that. There are only a few people who can those are Broadway people, and they just don't have the looks to be on TV. Idina Menzel was actually on Glee, and she's a really good-looking Broadway actress. You have to be kind of good-looking to be on Broadway too, but you're
gotta sing.
You're further away. It's all about your talent, you know. Yeah. And she's the one she's actually going to be in the Super Bowl as well today.
What?
Yeah, she did the song "Let It Go" from Frozen.
Oh, okay.
And it's funny, I saw this photo of Katy Perry standing next to Idina Menzel, and Idina Menzel looks all nerdy and crunched up, and you can tell the difference between someone who's like Katy Perry.
Well, Katy Perry was groomed to be a pop star, you know.
I mean, that's what I'm saying though. The difference between being a pop star and someone who's inherently talented and is just on Broadway.
Yeah.
Katy Perry is talented. Don't get me wrong, but could Katy Perry do Broadway? Is the question?
Not.
Probably not. Dude, Broadway people have to dance and sing at the same fucking time. That is so hard to do.
Yeah.
You have to be fucking beefcake, bro. You know?
Recently, I think
I can't even talk while I'm dancing.
So in the past year, CBS has done 2 musical adaptations that were done for TV. The most recent one was Hook, and it was Christopher Walken was Captain Hook.
I heard that it was awesome.
The one before that was Sound of Music, I believe. And they were both musicals for TV.
Christopher Walken is a wicked talented dude, by the way, as well. If you've ever seen the Fatboy Slim video, Weapon of Choice.
He's
or
in
you've
it?
never seen
What?
Dude, yeah, he's the guy. He's dancing and flying through this commercial. It's like I don't know if you've ever been to a bank, a really big bank that's on different levels and shit.
Yeah.
He's flying through the air. He's
That's
a very
awesome.
talented dancer.
Yeah, he's a talented guy.
He's a
overall.
showbiz guy. When it comes down to it, it's just so weird that the way that he talks. You know, he's got that
Christopher Walken.
He's got weird punctuation is the thing.
Yeah,
you know,
kind of.
He puts periods after words where periods shouldn't be. He's yeah, if you follow me to the grocery store, you'll find eggs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
All right, so now that we're talking about Christopher Walken, I guess we can jump into some more cinematic news. We've got a bunch of great movies coming out soon.
So they just released the trailer for Tattoo here.
I now pronounce you teddy bear and wife.
Oh.
Kiss the bear.
It's fucking Flash Gordon.
So I got some big news. Tammy Lynn and I are gonna have a baby.
He married freaking Tammy Lynn, dude.
I don't remember the first one, really.
What is that? What are you doing?
It was good, though. I do remember that I liked it.
What are you doing with your hand? I'm doing this for you. So when I get in, I can just bust it out. What, you think you're a red lobster? Johnny, you did it. Right here, buddy. Catch. What the? Dude, that's somebody's kid.
Oh, shit! Yeah.
Oh, wait. I'm gonna take a picture and post it on Facebook. What? Monday.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome, man.
I'll go see this shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. This is
looks
something
pretty
that I will
funny.
go see. Ghostbusters with this? Yeah. I don't you know what? I take it back. I can't knock on Ghostbusters until I see the preview. Once I see the preview, it might be fucking side-splittingly awesome.
I think, dude, Melissa McCarthy's funny, man.
Who is the chick that was in that movie with Sandra Bullock? Where
The Heat?
Is that where
That's
she's
Melissa
like
McCarthy.
That's the big. She's a big girl.
Yeah, that's. Did you know that's Jenny McCarthy's cousin?
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And
Yeah.
Jenny McCarthy is responsible for the measles outbreak.
What?
A lot of people are like blaming Jenny McCarthy for being the person that brought.
Why
like,
does she have kids and not vaccinate them?
Well, I'm not sure if this is 100% correct, so don't like. But I've been seeing everyone knocking on Jenny McCarthy, being like, brings a kid with measles to Disneyland, and she's like, totally anti-vax, and then she kind of like, I don't know, she retracted her like statement on the whole measles thing, and I don't know, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so she may have something to do with it, but I don't know.
Well,
the Reddit community seems to think that that's the case.
I'm
Maybe
glad,
she's just anti-vax.
Like, I'm glad you mentioned the measles outbreak, although
more people have been infected. By the way,
it's a terrible thing, but
we're close to 80 people being infected now.
It's a callback to Disneyland, and so before show, I asked you about Tomorrowland because I'm not familiar with it. Apparently, it's like a section of Disneyland.
Yeah, and this is it's a well-known section of. Okay, so
this is their Super Bowl spot. It's only like 20 seconds.
Yeah, I've already seen this.
What? So what?
This has been out for a while, actually.
Okay, so
or something else came. There's actually a trailer for Tomorrowland already.
So how is this movie related to this place at Disneyland?
I have no fucking clue, dude.
Okay.
So I don't know. Like that's like the biggest fucking mind fuck for me. It's like swimming around my gray matter. I can't figure it out.
It's like, where the fuck did this come from?
Okay, so Walt, when he made Disneyland, wanted to focus on like the lands of the past, like the best of the past and the potential of the future.
Yeah.
Like what the greatness of right now and the potential of the future. I mean, Walt was a dreamer, so. Tomorrowland is supposed to represent like all that mankind can achieve and like sort of a utopia, if that makes sense, you know? And so, but even though it is kind of dated, if you walk around Disneyland, Tomorrowland now is like the Tomorrowland of yesterday.
Okay.
You know, there's a lot of Star Wars stuff over there now, and that's basically what it's like. What they were saying they were going to do was turn it into like a Star Wars land, and a lot of people kind of were outraged, and they were like, no, like, so now they're going to build, I think, a separate part that's just going to be dedicated to Star Wars.
That's awesome.
Which is going to be nice. Because getting rid of a lot of those, some of those things have been there for fucking decades, you know, and it would just be real shitty to tear them down. But I don't understand how you can make a movie like based on
this.
that, and like because there are some things that are like unique to Tomorrowland. Like there's a Space Mountain, which is a ride, one of Disney's like roller coasters. They have different roller coasters that are all mountains. They've got Space Mountain, Thunder Mountain, Splash Mountain, which is like a log ride and whatnot. And I'm sure that might have something to tie in, but I don't know if they don't do that and they're just like trying to make a movie to kind of Pirates of the Caribbean it into like.
That was the big thing. The big thing about this article was talking about how
I'm not going to be down with that.
The success of Pirates of the Caribbean is what's kind of
driving
spurred this. Yeah,
right. And that's it kind of pisses me off. I can see where they're coming from. As long as they do it justice and they make a really great story and it's like compelling, it'll be great. But like they can't half-ass it. And like if it's a huge flop, what the fuck are they gonna do? Like that's gonna be a huge mark on them. You know? Yeah. What are they gonna do? Like remake it?
It's fucking Disney though, so no one would really like.
I think they'll do a good job. Like it'll probably be. They probably have like some of the best writers in Hollywood working on it. Like make a story out of this land, you know, which is kind of an interesting idea. You know, when I was a kid, I wanted to see something like that.
Well, and a lot of people are talking about as well when you're looking at Pirates of the Caribbean. When they announced the first movie, they got a lot of flack for it too. Yes. People were like, "How are you going to make Pirates of the Caribbean as a movie?"
And it was so fucking good.
Yeah.
I honestly,
the first one was really good.
I enjoy all of the Pirates of the Caribbean. The last one is my least favorite. No, not the last couple. The last one in general because they lost the rest of the cast.
Yeah.
And they're making another one, which is like just.
I think it's set to come out next year.
Next year, maybe 2 years. Actually, 2016, I think. Yeah. But they've still got Johnny Depp, which is great.
Yeah.
I mean, Johnny Depp is fucking awesome. But they lost Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley, and like that was kind of, and Jeffrey Rush, and that was like kind of like the driving force.
They made it, yeah.
And so I feel like when you go, okay, so you haven't been to Disneyland since any of that, have you?
I haven't been to Disneyland in a while.
So the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, did you ever go on that when you were a kid?
Not that I remember.
You don't remember? Okay, so it used to be like a story about pirates.
Yeah.
You know, like historical, and like you would go. The way that the ride works is it's a log ride in a studio, basically. All the Disney rides are in like sound stages. Uh-huh. So this is a huge sound stage. It's like flooded with water, and it's really fucking cool. But you go from the end of the story to the beginning. Mm-hmm. Like that's the idea. And they change the story up like from before, instead of it just being about pirates and you like going through their lives and seeing all the like crazy shit. Oh, they're burning shit down. They're chasing the women and like they're raping and pillaging, but it's like implied. You know, it was kind of it was cool. You know, they added Jack Sparrow to like all of it, so it's like, oh, get that Jack Sparrow. It's like a big, like, you know, it's all tied in with the movies, and a lot of people hate that.
Yeah.
Part of me doesn't like it,
Okay.
but it's still fun, you know, and maybe this will open up some doors for Disney to be able to do some other cool stuff. So
I hope so.
is this? Oh, and now we have the return of someone.
So this is another commercial that's going to be shown at the Super Bowl, or that was shown at the Super Bowl yesterday. Since
I saw a promo photo for this, and I just got I got chills, man. I was
so
stoked.
here we're gonna watch this real quick. It's a 30-second teaser for Terminator Genisys.
Hopefully they're coming back to their roots, because I feel like Terminator... Oh, he's got gray hair? Come on, dude. Awesome.
So we have yet to see who Matt Smith is going to be in this. Like, no one knows.
Oh, Matt Smith is in this?
Yeah, dude. No one has any clue who he is.
Probably the new Terminator, or one of that would be dope.
I'll be back.
Of course he'll be back. Dude, yes! Arnold, yes, dude.
I'm excited for this,
I'm ready
man.
for I'm totally fucking ready.
And after Terminator Salvation, I'm...
So bad.
Yeah.
And what was that
Which
the one
is
with
a
Christian
shame.
Bale?
Yeah. But...
So bad.
Yeah.
Oh my! And there was one before that too that was really fucking bad as well.
Was there?
The Terminators without
Terminator 3.
That was without Arnold, right?
Yeah. Terminator 3 was the one that had the chick Terminator.
Yeah, that was dumb.
It was so terrible.
But Arnold wasn't in that though, was he?
I can't remember, man.
Look it up.
Oh, God.
I don't think that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The Terminators without Arnold suck.
Yeah, they do.
But I think wasn't there a Terminator that was directed by like not Eli Roth, but who's the guy that did Cloverfield? He did, and
Cloverfield.
He's like huge, yeah. Or it was like J.J. Abrams.
Did J.J. Abrams do Cloverfield?
Or I don't know if it was.
Or are you thinking of the guy who did that movie Super 8? Was that J.J. Abrams?
Yeah,
too?
I think so.
God damn you, J.J. Abrams!
God, he's all over the place now, man. But yeah, I mean, I'm down with the term. Basically, we don't have to look it up. The bottom line is I'm down with the Terminators with Arnold in them.
Yeah, me too.
Original Terminator, Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 is by and far my favorite. I think a lot of people would agree with me there.
But I mean, it's pretty much a guarantee. I feel that we're not going to see Edward Furlong in this next Terminator. That guy looks like shit.
Edward Furlong.
He's like he's John Connor.
Oh yeah.
Okay, the young John Connor, and like
them child stars, man.
Dude, he got like addicted to meth, and
great.
I don't know. He looks like fucking like wet shit, dude.
Child stars never work out, man.
Never.
It's always bad news.
Actually, that's not true. JT.
Most of the time, bad news.
JT, sup, bro? Let's hang.
And
there's a couple good ones, man. It's the ones that don't get fucking wrapped up in drugs. What is this?
This is the trailer for the new Fantastic Four movie.
Oh, God. I fucking... it's based on Ultimate Fantastic Four, alright, guys? So before you go completely crazy...
Okay.
Why would you base it on Ultimate Fantastic Four? It just doesn't make sense.
The biggest thing people are talking about, one, Victor Von Doom is some sort of hacker or blogger.
Dumb.
That people don't like that.
Dumb. I don't
Number
like that.
two, the Thing isn't wearing any clothes. So everyone's talking about, like, what, the Thing is going to be naked this whole movie? And he's just like, what?
That rests on the shoulders of Genisys.
There's Kate Mara.
Yeah.
I'm down with her.
Kate Mara.
Okay, and this is fucking Human Torch.
Yeah. It's okay, man. I'm not against that.
Come on, guy. That's not like how the story goes, though. It's just like, oh, why does Hollywood do this? They try to diversify the fucking cast to the extent that it kills the fucking. I mean,
Honestly,
it might be good.
Though, this
it might
still
be good,
looks
but...
better than the fucking
the
Jessica
first
Alba
one?
one.
Yeah, it'll probably be good. I
Or
mean,
with the
who
dude
knows?
from Nip Tuck as Victor Von Doom, which was like okay, but
I actually liked him as Doom. You know, but Doctor Doom is one of my favorite Marvel characters.
they haven't done him justice on screen. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
and look at that, Fan Four Stick.
Fan Four Stick.
That's
He's gonna be awesome as Mr. Fantastic, though. I think, man. Everyone. He's had like silly roles, but I think he's a really solid actor, and he'll probably kill it.
I have to say I'm like really not excited about this at all. That like the Ultimate Fantastic Four is not the original story. It's like based on younger versions, and it's not. I don't
I get
know,
what
man.
you're saying.
And Doom is a blogger. Come on, guy. Like, what's the deal there?
What the hell?
That's, you know what though? That's Fox, man. It's not. I'm sure if Disney Marvel had any say in it, it wouldn't be the same. Fox has to continue churning out these movies to hold the rights.
So let's talk about
Even
this
if they're
real quick.
dog shit.
Another Marvel. Marvel has a TV show coming to Netflix called AKA Jessica Jones. Apparently, she's some kind of superhero, but the main thing that we're talking about is they've casted David Tennant as Purple Man, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool, but AKA Jessica Jones, like.
I don't know. Okay, I've never read those comics.
Is that necessary? I've never, like, I don't know. Like,
Purple Man is badass, though.
I would like to see a Spider-Man TV show, maybe. That
So-
would probably be pretty good.
Wait,
like,
do you
live
know
action.
who Purple Man is?
He's a villain.
Yeah. Anyone who comes in contact to Purple Man can, like, be put under his spell, and it's like a form of mind control.
So is he going to be like the major villain?
I think so, yeah.
Well, you've been really into. Well, I'm a huge David Tennant fan, but you've been watching Broadchurch lately, and
Yes.
I've only watched one episode of it. I didn't really get that into it. It's you love those procedural cop dramas, though.
Well,
that's what this is.
This is beyond procedural, man. There's
This is a
nothing-
mystery.
It's a real mystery. And okay, so let me go ahead and say this. I watched the whole first season of Broadchurch in one day.
And I kind of ragged on it, and he said those are fighting words. That's what you said to me. So but I think, like, okay, did you watch Mystic River, the Clint Eastwood movie? I feel like you would really like that. 'Cause
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I couldn't stand it, man. It was like
I'm not a huge Clint Eastwood fan.
Oh
though.
man.
But okay, so Broadchurch is really, really good, man.
Oh, Low Steppa says that he has the Macro Records shirt.
Oh, great.
And I tweeted him. I was like, $5 says you don't have the shirt.
Nice.
Because he got drunk last night. It was like getting wasted. Dude, I kept seeing guys walk up to him, handing him 4 shots at a time.
Oh my god.
So that, I mean, and I'm no longer drinking. I mean, for the time being, I was thinking like, God, when next time I tour, it's going to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Okay, back to Broadchurch.
So
Now, okay, the
characters-
cinematography is fucking awesome
It
on
is
this show.
stunning, and the characters are so compelling.
And I really,
man.
she's great. She's in that Mitchell and Webb look, and she's a fucking
She
fantastic
also played
dramatic
a
artist.
villain
You
in
know
Doctor
what?
Who.
I'm going to actually give it another chance.
I'm getting chills watching
I am
this right
too.
now, man.
And there's Filch. He's in all kinds of shit.
Like, the characters, every single character they've shown on this show is so compelling, man. And the second season is about halfway through, and they've introduced 4 new characters who are just as compelling as all the
Is
other
it a
characters.
different story though?
No.
It's the same
Same
mystery.
story.
Same mystery?
well-
the same kid that died. They still haven't figured it out in the second season.
I'll tell you this much. Season 2, they found out who the killer was, and he's on trial.
Okay.
But it's like, I won't say more, man.
Has he
'cause
killed more than one child?
I'm not going to say anything else.
Probably.
We don't know.
It has to
I
be
don't know
compelling.
at this point.
Is he a serial killer?
We don't know.
Oh, that's Rory!
Yeah, dude.
There's a bunch of Doctor Who's.
Overall,
people from
man,
Doctor Who in
I'm
this.
tonight, this Sunday after the Super Bowl, I'm gonna go home and watch the new episode, and I'm like anxious thinking about it.
It's kind of hard for me to like.
So-
I don't know. It's hard for me to picture David Tennant in a role that's not the Doctor though, because it's like
He kills it in this show.
yeah, he's
man.
good. He's good, but he's like David Tennant as the Doctor is like my favorite of
Yeah.
all. Like he's the best Doctor. It's,
Yeah.
you know. And you know that if he had any like say, he would rather be playing the Doctor.
I don't think so, man.
Dude,
I
he
think-
loved. He's like out of all the Doctors, he was like the biggest fanboy.
Well,
He
okay.
was sad to go, man. He
I
was
think
like
Capaldi's a bigger fanboy, man. He
Really?
just doesn't show.
Capaldi said that he wasn't even that huge of a Doctor Who fan though.
No, you're confused. Capaldi is a huge Doctor Who fan.
More than Tennant?
Why? He's the reason behind like some of those things, like where he like offers a Jelly Belly in this last season.
No, what?
A Jelly Baby.
Wait. What are you fucking talking about? That's another Doctor that he's referencing.
I know. But that was like his idea because he loves all those doctors so much.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
wasn't
sure.
aware of that, but
Yeah.
I know that Tennant for sure was like sad to go. Like he didn't want to leave, but he had to go because it was just like
All
a
those
point where he
guys
had-
know, man.
They all know that it's going to end at some point.
It always
but,
ends.
But I mean, well, nothing, and it's an axiom of life that nothing ever stays the same. But like David Tennant was like his last words were "I don't want to go" on the show, and I'm pretty sure that they allowed him to just say that.
Yeah.
Like, cause he really, you know, and then he's the Doctor that they all wanted to come back for like the 50th.
He's still by and far my favorite Doctor.
Him and Matt Smith, I love them both. I mean, Matt Smith was also quirky, and
I miss that.
I miss Matt Smith too.
Well, I feel like those two were very similar Doctors.
I miss Doctor Who. I really do, though. I haven't even finished watching the last season, but I know Clara died.
What?
I mean, Clara's dead.
She's dead?
That's what everyone's saying.
Okay, maybe I didn't watch the Christmas special that well. I don't remember.
On Reddit, I was on the Doctor Who subreddit, and everyone's saying that Clara's dead. And
wow.
They were like, "Well, what's the big deal about Clara being dead? No one really liked her in the first place."
Yeah.
I was not a huge Clara fan, man. They kind of fucked her. In the very beginning, I loved her. And the whole Osgood thing, wasn't that with Tennant?
No, it was always with
Matt Smith.
It started...
That was in Asylum of the Dalek.
The very first...
it was Asylum of the Dog, the first time we ever saw her.
Yeah,
She
which
was
was like
Osgood.
the beginning of season 5. The
Call
beginning
me
of
Osgood,
Matt Smith's...
clever boy.
Yeah, it was the beginning of Matt Smith's run when we first saw her.
Yeah.
And then she came back, very similar to what happened with Donna Noble.
Loved Donna.
Oh yeah, she's awesome.
And
She's just a temp from Chiswick.
Man, and what was her grandfather's name?
Will.
He was great.
Yeah, he's
and
amazing.
That was like one of the most emotional character arcs in that entire series when he's saluting the Doctor in the end and he's like crying. Oh man, that was awesome, dude. That's the Doctor Who that I miss, man.
Yeah.
This last season with Capaldi was kind of
Yeah, it wasn't that great. So, this is the one quick DC nugget we have this week.
What's this?
Liam McIntyre, he went on to play Spartacus. After the death of Andy Whitfield, and he's now been cast as Weather Wizard in The Flash.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's cool. So he's going to be the real Weather Wizard.
The real Weather Wizard?
So the first Weather Wizard on The Flash was his brother.
Yeah.
And as far as the canon goes.
Uh-huh.
So hopefully they keep that same storyline going.
I think they will.
They've been doing really well on the CW about kind of giving you a little taste of something and then picking up the pieces later on and making it totally legit. So
which surprises people. I think people
like that a lot
Yeah.
because it's in the very beginning it pissed me off. I was thinking about it. I was like, "Fuck, man, they're fucking up the whole thing." But then it's
and then they
fix
go
it,
on to correct it, and you're like, "Oh god damn it! I never saw it."
It makes me love them.
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, thank you so much."
I know that feeling, man.
Oh, okay. So we got some sirens up here. I started watching this show just because I had nothing else to watch.
It's a USA show. The same.
You're not a big fan of USA.
I mean, okay. Burn Notice, fucking terrible show. I'm sorry if there's Burn Notice fans listening.
I watched all of it.
God damn.
I've watched every episode of Burn Notice. One thing I will say about Burn Notice is the very end is really, really emotional. It's like the way that they brought it all together was really good.
Another USA show, White Collar. I watched the first 3 seasons, and
I got over it.
I haven't watched it since.
Yeah, I got over it.
I keep seeing it on Netflix, and I'm like, oh, should I catch up with it?
Matt Bomer is in that show, right?
Correct.
He's really good, though.
He's good, yeah.
And I think that he's going to be in the Marvel Universe.
Really?
I think. I heard that he might be, or DC Universe. So they're thinking about putting him in a comic book role.
My one USA show that is my favorite USA show, and the only one I really, really, truly like, is Suits.
Oh yeah, Suits is great.
If you don't know, Suits came back last week.
I've got to start watching that again.
Yeah.
And that's a show that you think would not be very good, but
There's
it's
no
awesome.
action. There's very little sex, so people assume that no sex and no violence means not a good show, but this show is fucking awesome. I recommend it.
All the reasons that Borgio was great. It's none of that in Suits. But the character development in Suits is just so great. Lewis is a character that you really hate, but you sympathize with him sometimes.
Now everyone really hates him.
When he had a heart attack, though, and I was like, oh man,
I'll be honest,
he's a rat. Lewis is a rat, dude.
I hate him.
He's a total rat.
He's fucked everything up, and you'll see what I'm talking about very soon.
So, all right, so
Sirens.
Sirens is okay. So it's about this guy. These 3 guys are EMTs. That guy's the new dude. The black dude's he's gay, and he's funny though. It's I don't know the whole. Okay, that episode is hilarious. I'm gonna get the cookies. It's about this old woman. They always jump on her calls because she makes the best cookies and whatnot. It's the storyline is not. You can't think too deep on this show. It's just entertainment.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say is for a comedy, the writing is really, and she is super fucking hot, dude. The writing is really great though. it's good. It's just an all around good show. It's enjoyable. If you need something to watch, like and you're into comedies, you don't want to waste too much time. Each episode is only 20 minutes long, so it's kind of like I would put it on the same level as like 30 Rock.
Okay.
It's got some like quirky humor, you know.
That's cool.
And we've got this other woman in there on this show looks like Control from fucking Person of Interest.
Wow.
In this episode, they have to go to this guy's house and clear his internet search history because he's been watching bestiality.
What?
Yeah.
So he asked them to go do that?
He's like, oh, I just have one thing to ask you. He has a massive heart attack or whatever, and they're like, what do you need? You want us to tell your wife? He's like, yes, but first go to my house and clear my search history. And look, they just saw the bestiality, so they can't get it out of their heads.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty.
And that's the aftermath. I don't know. It's well made. It's the show that I was willing to give 5 minutes of my time to, and ended up watching the whole first season. I didn't know there was a second season though. So
well, I'm not sure it's complete, but it's airing right now.
I might have to wait till it's done. I don't like to wait
What
for.
the fuck, man? Why does YouTube keep doing this?
I think that you may be on a playlist.
No, YouTube has this thing now where it's like just playing a video after we're done. What the fuck?
Here's something that kind of fucking pissed me off recently. The interview was like, it was like a big deal, you know. It came out, and I purchased it through Google Play because I figured, it's not.
And now it's free on Netflix.
Free on Netflix. What the fuck, dude? Literally, like 1 week later.
Well, I mean,
why didn't they announce that in the first place? Because they wanted to make money.
the
That's why,
movie
obviously.
itself lost a lot of money.
It did.
Yeah, it didn't do well.
That's a kind of a shame too.
Well, and it was all because of that bullshit where they weren't going to put it in theaters, you know?
I thought that was like a publicity stunt.
No, dude, that totally killed that movie.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
And but the movie was mildly funny. It wasn't very like.
I mean, I laughed through it, but it wasn't like side-splitting laughter.
No. Okay, was it even close to This Is the End? No. This Is the End was hysterical. I mean, there are some moments on This Is the End where I was like, wow, this is...
Yeah.
It was like really well written. I didn't even know that it was about like hell and like there were demons and
Yeah.
shit. Like I had no idea. There were some parts of that movie that were blatantly offensive. But I was like, you know...
Well, like Channing Tatum as a sex slave?
But there was that, and who was his master?
It's fucking...
Zach Galifianakis, isn't it?
No. The guy from Pineapple Express who was Red in Pineapple Express.
Oh, right.
I can't remember his name.
He's in Eastbound and Down as well.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
I don't know, but that's...
And now IMDb
I'm not really a fan of his, though, to be honest.
Yeah, he's not that... Danny McBride.
Danny
That's his name.
McBride, yeah.
I just remembered it.
I don't know. He's not very funny. I don't know. He always plays that dude with like a mullet.
It's the same dude.
It's always the same guy.
He's like the Nicolas Cage of comedy.
Like, how did that guy get an acting role in the first place? It's like just because he's like a kind of a funny looking dude, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe he is like funny when it comes out. Dude, okay, so wait, Zach Galifianakis lost a ton of weight.
Oh, really?
He apparently he like went sober, and people they were posting on this on Reddit, and they like some photos of him. They were like, "Holy shit, he looks like hell."
He doesn't
he lost weight, and now he looks like shit because he had,
Wow.
you know, he's not a young dude, so
He was probably almost 40 or in his 40s.
I think he's like in his 40s. But when you lose weight like that, you know, now he looks very gaunt and sickly.
Let's see. Let's check it out.
Honestly, that's what everyone was commenting. Honestly, I say good for him. I think that it's good. Apparently he lost all that weight through going sober. So
He looks good, man. He looks fine.
well, okay, so they showed another photo of him that was kind of not doing him justice, though. It was like he had like gray hair and shit. He looks really good right there, though.
Yeah.
Good for you, Zach. I'm happy for you. He probably feels much better now. There should be a before and after. I don't know. On Reddit, there was it was kind of fucked up.
It just says, like you were saying, due to an alcohol-free diet.
It's crazy what cutting out alcohol from your diet will do for you, though.
Yeah.
Or just cutting out your vices for a period of time. I stopped eating popcorn again.
According to Zach, I stopped drinking and I just kind of put the weight off. He said, I was having a lot of vodka with sausage. Delicious, but bad for you.
Yeah, vodka with sausage. I'm sure that it was a little bit more than that. I'm sure he was drinking heavily.
And lots of beer will do that to you, man. Beer's got lots of calories.
They're empty carbs.
Yeah.
They're carbs that your body won't spend immediately. They'll just sit there. But I don't know, man. I'm sure that it was a lot. It was probably more than that. He was probably drinking and doing blow or something too. Like that,
Maybe.
That definitely doesn't help. Like that just propagates you drinking more and like, you know.
Yeah.
People who party really hard, it's no secret that people who party really fucking hard late on in their years don't look fucking great.
Yeah.
You know? You're not going to look like $1 million when you're
it's
50
very
years
true.
old and you're doing blow and drinking beer every night.
Well, I mean, like, look at Chris Hardwick. He stopped drinking 10 years ago, and now he still looks like he's 30 when he's, almost...
Well, that was necessary, too, because that guy works so fucking hard.
No,
right?
but
Like,
before that, he didn't work at all. Like that.
Oh,
hard.
really?
No, he was a drunk, man.
Well, so he was like, I have to get on top of my shit.
He stopped drinking and, like...
That guy.
Yeah.
It's surprising how spread out he is in the
How much
entertainment
shit
industry.
he does, man.
He does a lot, but I mean, in the entertainment industry in general, he's in
Yeah.
movies. He's like
Well, like,
producing stuff. Like,
right now, he's on a tour, like touring as a comedian.
Right.
He also has a TV show. He has two
wakes-
TV shows.
So you and I were talking about this a while back, and he wakes up in the morning, like at 6 a.m. and goes straight to Comedy Central, right?
Well,
When he's
sleeps
in town.
4 to 5 hours a night, or something like that.
And he takes a nap or something later on in the day, or whatever, like an
Some
hour.
bullshit, yeah.
But I mean, there's no way that someone can just function off of 4 hours of sleep a day. Dave Chappelle did that, and that's why he quit.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I can't just do this. Like, I mean, if you're sleeping on 4 hours a day, you start getting like heart palpitations and whatnot.
Well, I think he's got like insomnia too.
By the way, guys, I'm wearing a sweet heart monitor right now.
Yeah.
It's really dope.
It's actually connected to this whole rig, so we're gonna have Downlow'd's EKG going the whole
yeah,
time.
so we'll post that up on thisismacro.com. Be sure to check it out.
So next week, I have a lot more topics, but we don't have nearly enough time for this.
Okay.
We've been accumulating all these video game topics. So next week we're gonna go over the best commercials from the Super Bowl, and we're gonna talk a lot of video games, what we've been playing, and like news in the video game world, all that good stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And
So that's our show.
I'm not sure if Snoo is going to be back next week. He may be off doing something, but
I mean, Snoo's gonna be on tour as well.
well, Snoo has been consistently on tour with Chris Hardwick.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
thanks, Snoo.
Thanks. Yeah.
So I guess that's our show, isn't it?
Indeed it is.
Well, I'm Downlow'd. You can find more information about me at www.iamdownload.com. That's DOWNLOWD. Or find me on Facebook /officialdownload. Hit me up on Twitter. Shoot me a tweet. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. And if you want to mention... Oh, sorry. My Twitter is Downlow'd here, @Downlow'd here. But if you want to mention on the podcast, tweet us at Macro Records, and Alex will tell you more about Macro Records and all of that good stuff right now.
If you enjoyed the show, please, we would greatly appreciate it if you would go into iTunes and leave us a little review. It doesn't have to be long. Just, slap up 5 stars and give us a review. Just kidding. It doesn't have to be 5 stars. It has to be whatever you want it. That camera's dead.
It's
isn't
dead.
It? Yeah.
It's dead as a doornail.
We're going to figure something out.
We need to buy a new camera because this one keeps fucking dying.
Well, and the problem is it won't, you can't charge while recording.
With this one, you can't.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit, man.
So, apparently I'm gone off video. You guys aren't even seeing me right now.
And that
go
happened
to our
last
website.
week, too, with the DSLR, man. There's no, we're going to fix this soon, guys.
Go to our official website, thisismacro.com. It's the hub for all things Macro Records. Our blog, podcast, Let's Plays, music, everything we're doing is up there. It's an easy gateway to our entertainment network.
Oh, man, that sounds weird. Even though it's true. But
It's
yeah,
totally true.
Be sure to leave us a review on iTunes.
Yep.
And
It'd be
remember to
most
rate, comment, and
appreciated.
subscribe if you're watching on YouTube.
And thanks for watching on YouTube. We do appreciate it.
Shoot us a tweet if you want to mention or there's something that you'd like us to talk about as well.
Yeah.
And
send
it's
us
been-
topics. We're always interested to see what you guys want to hear.
Or
us talk about.
if you want to ask Snoo something, just hashtag Ask Snoo.
Oh, God, that's such a great idea.
Hashtag Ask Snoo.
I think we could have an Ask Snoo segment every week.
We could do that.
Yeah.
You think Reddit will sue us? They can't sue us. It's a podcast. Woo!
Goodbye.
All right. It's we'll figure